You're very welcome back to another video, and in today's one we're going to go through something very exciting that I've been working on and playing around with a lot over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and that is creating full email designs with Claude. Now, I recently recorded another video going through how I did a full email with AI, but since then I've been playing around a lot with this platform, and to be honest, the results are so much better. So I'm not even going to type in this video. I'm literally just going to speak into Claude. I might type like 1 or 2 things, but we'll dive straight into the process. So we have Claude open here, and what we're going to do is we're going to design a full email for Gymshark. We're just going to pick them as the example brand here for this video. So what we're going to do is I'm probably going to start off with a prompt. I'm going to use Whisperflow to just talk into Claude, and we'll just proceed with the process. So this is pretty cool. So make sure to stick around for the end of the video to see the actual design. So here we go. I want you to act as an expert email marketing strategist, and we're going to build a full HTML email design for the brand Gymshark. What I want you to do is take the exact product that I'm going to link down below and create a HTML design. I'm also going to include the exact images that I want you to use within this HTML design. It's super important that you make sure that the images are rendering within the HTML design. On top of that, I'm also going to give you 2 examples of previous emails sent out by Gymshark, and I want you to copy the exact same email design structure as previous emails. I will also attach the logo for Gymshark so you can use that at the top of the email. It's super important that you act as an expert email designer as well in order to follow email marketing design best practices for e-commerce brands. Please pay close attention to the details within the example emails, especially for the footer and the general layout, so you use the exact same structure. Okay, so now we have our prompt in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to link to the product page that we're going to use here. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to attach a few images. So if I head over to the Gymshark website, I'm just going to pull the exact link so Claude can actually just scrape the website. And I'm just going to say images are attached. So what we'll also do is just go back over to the product page. And what we're going to do is, we're just going to copy some of these images and we're just going to put them in. And again, like, this is a very quick, very simple example of what this can do. And to be honest, the results are pretty amazing. You'll also see, like, later on in this video that you're actually able to push these email designs that Claude comes up with into Figma. So if you have Figma set up as a connector in your Claude account, you'll basically be able to push that straight into Figma so you can actually make edits if needed. But to be honest, the results from this look pretty solid. The only thing I will say is sometimes the images won't render correctly. So if you just go back, reprompt Claude, it will actually probably put those in. Now, what I do want to also do as well is I want to head over to Really Good Emails, and we want to pick just 2 simple example emails just so it gets an understanding of the typography, the layout of the email, and generally, just the look and feel that we're kind of looking for here. So let's head back to Claude, and we have all of our images. Let's just double check, and I think we're good to go. So what we're going to do now is just leave that do its magic. So we'll come back in a second and see what it actually comes up with. Okay, so I came back with the design, and to be honest, it's really not that bad at all. It's pretty solid. It definitely follows the exact same structure that Gymshark used for most of their emails. But you can see it's put in the images quite nicely here as well. Have even put down like complete the look. Now, to be fair, they probably should have put in joggers there as well. But the important thing is what we can do here is we can actually push this into Figma. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back to the chat and say, hey, look, we want to push this into Figma, and I'll give it the exact project, or not even project, but file that we want it to put into. So I'm just going to X out of this for a second, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Figma and just copy the link of the file that I actually wanted to push it into, and we're just going to talk to it again. Again, not really doing much typing here. Please drop this HTML design into a Figma file, which I've attached down below. Please also make sure that this is fully editable within Figma. Okay, so now what it's going to do is hopefully it will push into the exact Figma file that I want it to go into. So we're going to leave that, try and figure that out, and we'll see what it comes up with. Okay, so now it's actually pushed the email into Figma, and you can see it's kind of still like working on things here. I think it's like struggling to pull the actual images over into the email design. But if we go over to Figma, we can see that we have the complete skeleton here, looking pretty clean, to be honest, and all absolutely editable, I should say. So what you can actually do here is, instead of like just waiting for it to pull in the images, and I've actually seen this with Claude sometimes as well, what we can do is we can just like kind of highlight it a little bit, go into the fill, and we're just going to select image here. And what we can do is we can actually like head back to the Gymshark website, just copy in images, add them back into the design. Let's see if this comes in nicely. There we go. What we can do is we can pull the next one as well. We'll pull this nice one of him kind of facing away. We're going to do that image selection again. We're going to copy it in. Hopefully it actually copies. There we go. Now we're going to go on to the last one. Well, actually, we still have more to do because obviously I think Claude actually used like the incorrect images for, let me just redo that there. He used the incorrect images for basically like the look type of products, because it was actually supposed to be like joggers, not like the actual same email, or sorry, not same email, but the same product. So you can see here that we have the graphic hoodie, but also the graphic joggers as well. So what we can do is we can actually like pull those exact images. So we're just going to copy this, come back over here, do the exact same thing again, change it to an image, copy that in. If it actually copies, there we go. And then lastly, what we're going to do is, let me just make sure this is actually selected. We're going to pull in the final image. So here we go. Let me come back. There we go. Now, if we come out, like, that is pretty decent. We did forget one small thing as well, though, of course, which is very important, which is actually the logo itself. So what we'll do here is we'll probably just go over to Gymshark, just screenshot the logo, and then it's going to look the part. So we'll just screenshot that. I'm just going to copy it, come back over to our design, paste it in, and boom, there we go. So that is looking pretty clean. Now, of course, to be fair, you could say like, yes, a CTA kind of needs to be up higher in this email, which is absolutely true. So what we could do is obviously, of course, edit this email, put a CTA up a little bit higher. We could even like extend that image up a little bit more as well. So like extend the background and maybe have the text actually showing on that image as well, just so it's not like, you know, white and then a different color here. But to be fair, you can't really tell me that this is like a terrible email. It's actually pretty solid. All this needs is like a couple of edits. So kind of scary what Claude can do, and would strongly recommend you testing this out for your own brand. And the beauty of this is everything is absolutely editable here. Now, Claude did have some issues with the exact font, so it just used a fallback. It used Inter, but to be honest, it's actually pretty solid. But of course, you can change the fonts actually in here as well. So that's pretty much how you literally just talk into Claude. You don't even have to type. You literally just talk to it, give it some links, give the product that you want to push, and obviously you can give some copy direction if you want. I just didn't bother doing that for the purpose of the demonstration, but a fully editable Figma template for you to then push into Klaviyo. So pretty solid, pretty scary what it can do. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.